Okay, so this is how to put your Mazda into brake service mode. Really important to do this. Also a tip, because I've done this before, you put it, if you don't do this and you manage to get the brakes off because your pads are worn, what you can find is that if your brake engages at any point while the caliper is not on, because you get in the car and press the button or anything, what you're going to find is that your caliper pistons can actually fully disengage. I've actually had that on a Range Rover. They don't stop until they hit something solid generally, at least on other cars. I'm not going to try it on this one. So make sure you are in brake maintenance mode before you try this. So brake maintenance mode, you're going to press your start button. That's going to bring the power up. You're going to press that twice. I've been taught you hold the brake, press down. So I've got my foot on the brake and I've pressed down on the parking brake. I'm going to take my foot off. I'm going to put my foot on the accelerator. I'm going to press down on the e-brake, and while I do that, I'm going to press the start button 3 times. So I'm pressing down on the e-brake. 1, 2, 3. You can hear potentially all of the calipers in the back. I'm going to let go of everything, and you'll see that we're now in parking brake mode. I'm going to turn the car off, and just to show you, you see service operation not accepted comes up on the dash because we are now in brake service mode. Okay, we are going to do a video for changing the rear pads on a Mazda CX 30. This is a 2022 model, and through trial and error we have established how to do one side. This side's going to be a lot easier. You're going to need one flathead screwdriver and a Torx T45. That is how you're going to undo the top of the caliper to remove the pads. So what we do first of all is here on the back of the caliper, you've got some little plastic pieces. There's one there, one on the left, one on the right. You're going to take those out, and then you're going to use your T45 to start to undo this. Getting a little bit stiff, so I'm just going to loosen those off like so. Okay, I'm actually going to take my Phillips and just prise off this pad clip. Take that out pretty easy. You'll get a new one in the pads, and I'll show you what we bought. We bought some auto car part ceramic pads. You're also going to need to put your brakes into maintenance mode. There's a few videos online. We'll record one to go with this video to show you how we did that. And there's a little bit of a trick, because chances are your old pads are going to be a lot thinner than your new pads. So you've taken the top of the reservoir out, and just to watch the fluid levels, we're going to push back the pads. So we'll probably fast forward through the video here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to now show you this. Take this off. Okay, your pads are going to fall out probably. Here's a trick: push this as hard as you can down, because your new pads are going to be thicker than your old ones. If they're worn, you can push that all the way flat, and that's going to give you enough space to get your replacement pads in. Okay, so very interestingly, These are my old pads, they're actually pretty good, but the other side was completely worn, which is something we might want to look at. Okay, so I'm going to get my replacement pads. Spring pad goes on the back, like so. And then, hopefully, if I push this back enough, it's going to fit on really easily, like that. Okay, and you just want to hand screw your caliper back in to make sure you're not cross-threading. I'm going to pause this while we just screw this in, because this is much fun to watch. And there we go. Just going in the thought. Okay, so once that's going, put it right on that. Make sure you're doing that, I'm not doing it. Check your manual for the tension on that. I know what it was when I undid it, so I probably won't know where I need to put it back to, but it's worth checking so you don't cause a cross thread over tightening. And then finally, you want to just put these pad clips back in. Easiest thing to do, I find, do one side, get the other pin in first, and then just lean back. And then you're just going to want to tap that in. Make sure those are well in here. Oop, there we go. Okay, and that's really just holding the caliper together like that. And pretty one, you're done. Now we can put the wheel back on and take it out of brake test mode. And then finally, make sure that we put these plastic clips in. That's going to stop dust and dirt getting onto those nuts. Okay, let's take it out of service mode and see where we're at. So I'm now going to show you how to go back on that. So I'm going to do the reverse. I'm now going to turn the car on. I'm going to press the brake. I'm going to lift the e-brake up once. I'm going to put my foot on the accelerator whilst holding up the e-brake, and I'm going to press the start button 3 times. Keep holding that until all the caliper stops working. Take your foot off the accelerator, stop the e-brake. You should now be back out of maintenance mode. Just to show you that, turn the car on, disengage the e-brake, hear the calipers, everything's good, re-engage the e-brake, everything's good. That's how you do it.